Yo, it's your boy Straight Bosso Eat from Straight Smoke Gaming, and here with another Red Dead Online video. And this is a big video for us here on the channel. This is something I was planning probably November of last year, maybe around Halloweenish even. But yeah, so there's no weekly update, misspelled on purpose to get the point across, and no DLC yet. But I was planning on doing this series. This is a new series of video for us. And you can see there, when I load in, I go straight to online. I've never played story. And I know there's a good amount of other people. I know most people have played story, but I have never played story. So I decided, this year, the big series here on the channel for us, for Red Dead Online, is going to be playing story. And I hear it's a great story game to play. It was like second runner-up for game of the year that this game was released, so it's got to be good. And I've never heard anyone complain about story, so I was like, you know what, it's a sin I've waited this long to play story. I've had this game for about 2 years now, and I've never played story. I just wanted to get online, get into all the stuff that was in online, the off-radar chodes and all that stuff. So, am I going to miss that by playing story? No, not really. I'm not. So, anyway, so this is going to be my crack at some storytelling. I can see why people normally stream this, but we don't stream yet. Not yet. Hopefully by the end of this series we'll be streaming. But this is Chapter 1, Coulter. Now, I knew from some stuff I've heard that Chapter 1 does start up in the snow, up in Coulter. And you can see here, you're playing as Arthur, obviously. And you're here with Dutch, who seems to be the leader. And you're here with Micah. And I'll be talking about Micah here very shortly. But, so yeah, we're stuck up in the snow. A big storm happened. And I absolutely love how it snows in story mode. I wish it snowed like this in online. And it doesn't very much. Maybe some certain parts of the map, but I wish it did this for the whole month that they had the snow in online. Like, look at that. I mean, that's just great, and by that snow, like, we're stuck in a storm. Like, they came up to the snow because of some incident that happened in Blackwater. Apparently there was, some robbery that the gang tried to do that ended really bad. So they had to get the hell out of there fast, and they had to go far away. So they went up to the snow, which in the end saved their lives, but it put them in a spot because now there's a big storm. The rest of the gang is hungry. We got, a good amount of people with us. They're hungry. So we go out looking for help, just to get a little bit of supplies, ask for anything. Dutch is real nice about it. But he comes across these people weren't so nice about it. You can see where we're at. This is, see it's going south. Micah found a dead body in the wagon. So these people aren't exactly friendly. Dutch finds that out, as this guy pretty much tells Dutch, no, I ain't helping you. Here's my noob shooting, so don't mind my shooting. That's all the time. There's a real noob shooting. I think I got a spot coming up right here. Yeah, I was trying to get that guy. That was a wasted shot. I knew I couldn't hit him. Here's the real one. Watch this. Look at that, going for the headshot in the epic fail. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of that in this series here on the channel. Going for the headshots and the epic fail. That's hilarious. So here is, we end up looting the house. We take out these guys that pretty much told us to pound dirt, or pound snow in this case, based on where we're at. And I do some looting, and this was the first time I got yelled at for taking too long looting, which I think is kind of funny. You can see there, I only got like $2. We're stuck on supply. We got very limited supplies, so I'm like trying to get everything. Then Dutch tells me to go and loot this barn, and this guy, this little chode, this guy went Superfly Jimmy Snuka on me. Okay, he jumped from, I don't know, probably like the second level of the barn, and he like knocked me down. He went Superfly on me. Okay, Jimmy Snookered me right to the ground, and this was the first jump scare. I didn't think I was gonna actually jump, but I legitimately jumped. Okay, I actually jumped in my chair while this guy Jimmy Snookered me. Okay, and I was like, yo, this game is good. Like, I'm actually jumping. Like, story is good. This was the first thing I was like, oh no, this is cool. So I get the choice of, I end up beating him up. Arthur tells me to beat, some info out of him. He ends up telling us about a train robbery. So that's good. Very good. More on that in a moment. But here's my impression of Micah. This is my first impression of Micah. You see this idiot. He finds this girl. He's probably trying to get some hanky-panky out of her. She turns him down. Okay. Me and Dutch come in later as we hear the shouting. But Micah, real smartly, decides to tip a table over that has a lantern on it. So this nice homestead burns down. Like, this could have been extremely helpful for the rest of the gang and the camp that we have, and that ends up being, that was our first introduction into Sadie Adler, okay? That was her husband that was in that wagon, okay? That was up near, where Sadie Adler is in the online, that stranger mission, okay? So here's my first fail, and there's going to be a lot of these. You can see here, I was with Javier, and we went on a mission to look for John. John was missing. So I had to protect them from the wolves, and I'm using the sawed-off shotguns, which I have. I don't know. I don't know if that was the shotgun's fault and the range on them being an issue. I would have liked the long arm in that case to take out the wolves before they even got close. But I don't believe that was an option. I think I had to use a sidearm, and I had the sawed-off shotguns. And so here's where our camp is. It's very close to the fast travel of, Coulter in online. That's where our camp is. Those yellow dots showing you some other missions that you got. Okay, here you can see we're taking that intel that I beat from that guy who I ended up killing because he superflied me. And we took that intel and we found the spot where these guys are at. And these are the O'Driscolls, and they're planning to rob a train. Okay, and I think this is the main event of Chapter 1, the robbing the train. So we got that knowledge, and Dutch has the idea of, we're going to rob that train. We're going to take that money. We need that money. We need the supplies. We need to relocate. We need everything. So here you go. This is kind of cool. I forget who I'm paired up with right here. Don't know. I can't tell by the shadow. But, they asked me if I want to take the lead or if I want to be backup. Like, if I want to start this off or not. Taking the lead is just starting it, And backup is, like, obviously, you help, the gang. So we're taking these guys out because we don't want them to rob the train before us. So we got to take them out. And here's the second time I get yelled at for taking too long looting, but they keep talking about at camp how we need supplies, we need this, we need that, all this stuff. So there was one straggler running away. Dutch tells me, hey, get that straggler, bring him back, he might have more info on this train robbery. So I catch a straggler. Thank God I played online because I knew to lasso from the horse and everything, so that was helpful. I probably would have had to chase that guy a lot farther if I didn't play online first, because I didn't know, you just play this game, the lasso. Maybe the game would have told me that at some point, but here we're just at camp after the mission. I'm just being nosy, like this is no mission or anything. I'm over in Dutch's quarters, and I'm checking out the map, and I'm like, oh, let me look at what he's got over here. Then he comes right over and is like, he didn't say anything, but his character moves me out of the way, which I thought was kind of funny because I was just snooping, and he straight noticed that right away. And so this is fun. I was pumped about this. The first hunting mission, they're talking about, we need food and all that stuff. So we go out hunting. I get the bow, which is how I normally hunt anyway, unless it's small game. Then I go with the varmint rifle. But I normally use a bow for all my hunting kills in online. And it was extremely difficult hunting because I have no stamina.
What
All right,
choice
I'll let Dutch
have we
and
got?
Hosea talk for a
Leviticus
bit.
Cornwall's no joke, Dutchy.
Who is Leviticus Cornwall?
He's a big railway magnate, sugar dealer, oil man.
Well, how good for him. Sounds like he has more than enough to share.
Dutch!
Gentlemen, it is time to make something of ourselves. Get your horses ready. We have a train to rob.
All right, so there we go. Dutch saying the main event is here. We went ahead and Arthur and Bill set up the explosives. They're going to go off here. They're going to stop this train. This was a funny moment, actually. I should have included it, but I got yelled at for not putting on my mask. Like, I didn't know how to put on my mask at first. I didn't know. Then finally Dutch yelled at me, like, "What are you doing, Arthur?" You know? And I was like, "Oh, yeah, the mask. Okay." So that was funny. I should have included that, but I'll just tell you about it. Here the explosives don't go off. Dutch is very harsh when things don't go good. I think he calls Arthur pathetic at that moment, and I was like, "Whoa, damn. This guy's like pretty cool," and then he just like destroyed me. And it's not guaranteed my fault. This could be Bill's fault while the explosive didn't go off. So it took me a moment to realize what we're supposed to do now, and we have to jump onto the train from the spot, and that took me too long. Here I was just like so confused as to what the hell's going on and what the hell I'm supposed to do. I hear this voice asking for help. I'm like, where is this voice coming from? Then I see, oh, okay, he's actually hanging on the side of the train. So it took me a while to notice him, and here you can see that they come up with another option as to whether I want to take the lead or let him take the lead. So I believe that was Lenny. I let Lenny go ahead and take the lead. Here is the second scare that I had. Not a jump scare, but I thought this conductor was driving the train. No, he was hiding around that corner, and he starts throwing the fists at me, and I was like, whoa. So this was the second time I was like, okay, well, they're going to have enemies like hiding around corners and stuff. You know, I already got Superfly Jimmy Snuka earlier, but this wasn't a jump scare. I didn't actually jump at this point. That was just a clever move, and I was like, whoa. So we stopped the train. So now we're about to get rich, right? So these rich folk are hiding in a secured vehicle that we need, or secured train car that we got to blow up to get in. We go in, do some looting. I find some letters. We end up finding some bear bonds, which are going to be worth some money. And these rich folk come out, and Dutch tells them, "We don't want to kill you. We just want to rob your boss," which we end up doing. And so I find some letters and stuff. I collect everything. Like I do it in online too, especially the first year playing online. I do a lot of looting, and I collect everything. This is the first time I didn't take too long. Dutch didn't yell at me, but he's like, "Hey, you can kill these guys, or you can put it back on the train and start the train and send it to where it was going." You know. And I was like, well, these guys, they've kind of already seen half our face because we're in masks. And I was like, yeah, no, they got to go. You know, Dutch gave them the choice to come out, and they didn't come out. So those options right there is like, nah, we got to kill them. I mean, and I'm normally a high honor guy, but I did some things that are probably affecting my honor to go south in Chapter 1. But so you can see here, the weather clears up. We're able to move. We get out of the snow. We start traveling. We're heading down to Horseshoe Overlook, which is just outside Valentine. This was clever. I had to include this because this was pretty cool. I thought I was misdriving the wagon, but I think the wagon was supposed to break down anyway. You can see here you got some Native Americans like watching you, you know, keeping an eye on you. Like, what are you guys doing? You know, I like how Hosea brings up how we screwed them over pretty bad because, well, we did. So here we are at Horseshoe Overlook, and we're setting up camp. You see, this is familiar to what is online. Look at the camp, you know, setup look like. There's a stew pot, all that stuff. Dutch is talking about, okay, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead. We're going to set up shop here. Everyone's got to earn their keep. Everyone's got to produce something, whether it be money, whether it be food, you know. So this is going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to playing Chapter 2. Chapter 2 might be 2 videos though, because it looks like there's a lot of stuff that you can do in missions to play the actual story, and a lot of stuff you can do freely. I'm interested about this box. Dutch says, you know, the camp gets a cut, so every time you get money or whatnot, you're supposed to split it or give them a cut. So, all right, guys, that's Chapter 1. Please go ahead, leave a comment. Let me know what your feelings are about Chapter 1 and how this is going to play out. I'm looking so forward to looking to Chapter 2. Stay tuned for more Red Dead Online content. Orb Smoke has a video later this week.